What is up, YouTube? Surgical Ninja here, and today we're going to be going over Cataclysm Arcade TCG. We're pretty much past the halfway point on the Kickstarter, and we pretty much kind of know where the final funding will be. But yeah, I just wanted to give a quick review on this game and what I think. Is this worth your hard-earned cash? I finally got some games in. I actually did some learn to plays and demos as well. It's because I had a lot of locals kind of interested in the game. So I did some demos and got some thoughts of my own, plus what my locals thought of the majority toward the game. So yeah, let's just hop into it. We're going to do our fancy little transition here. Let's go. Good old Mozilla Firefox. So here we go. We are on the Kickstarter page, and we have pretty much 1.5 million in funding for this game. Not bad, but not too amazing either. Sorcery, I think, do they get around that amount? So Sorcery TCG is obviously a little kind of niche indie game as well. And they are still going strong, and I think they got that far with around this much funding. So Cataclysm Arcade can definitely make the sprint toward the finish line with 1.5 mil. What do I think they will finally end at? So we have 8 days left to go. If they were smart, they could have made a really strong push in the correct advertising to hit that 2 mil mark. The way that they're advertising right now, I think, is actually a detriment. And here's why. This is from my own personal data collection. It could be different from where you're at, but a lot of my personal online groups, so people from all over the world, plus my local play group, we've all been bombarded with advertising from random content creators. Obviously, they're bigger content creators like 30,000 plus subs, right? One of the biggest ones was the professor at Tolarian Community College. He actually was huge. So that was a good advertisement. That's an example of a good one that helped. That's actually what finally made me research this game and hop in, because he actually felt like he was interested in this game, and he was actually like enjoying covering it in his advertisement. But now you have these other random content creators making advertisements, and they just look really like dead-eyed. They look like the Bonnie Blue of advertisements. Like they're just staring at you with glazed over eyes, dead inside, and they're just in it for that big old paycheck. There's a Reddit post where someone actually said, why does it feel like every content creator I watch is just covering this game, and they look like really mediocre, like their monotone voices. Hello guys, today I'm covering Cataclysm Arcade, this new amazing game on Kickstarter, launching later this month. Like that's how they sound. And obviously they say that it is funded by Cataclysm Arcade or Mothership Games. But yeah, obviously if you were offered to make an advertisement, the going rate for a sponsored video for a mediocre content creator, from my own experience, is about $450 to $600 a video. So I mean, what's their advertisement? It's mostly snapshots on Instagram and Facebook Reels. Are they called Reels on Facebook? But yeah, they're like 1 minute advertisements. 1 minute of their life for that big old bag of cash. Hell yeah, they do it, but they obviously don't care about it because they seem so monotone. But the Tolarian Community College, the prof, he actually was a good advertisement because he cared. And apparently he knows BDM in real life, so he probably did it to help him out also. But I think he was genuinely interested in the game. So anyway, I think they could have hit 2 mil if they did proper advertising, like finding people who actually like the game and talk about it. Like that porn star Ryan, I think her name is, like having her cover the game, that was the most random thing ever. Like she didn't, like they're even talking about Magic the Gathering, and she literally is like glazed over, like is confused about terminology the guy is talking to her about. He's like, oh yeah, you can't get milled out in this game. And she's like, what's mill? I'm like, oh my god, that's like a common Magic the Gathering terminology. Anyway, yeah, so that's just an example of their advertising, how it could have helped and how it could not help. So yeah, proper advertising could have pushed them to that 2 mil mark. All right, let's talk about the actual tiers, and we'll talk about in the end what I am going to back myself if I think it's worth backing. So before we go over the tiers, actually, let's go over the stretch goals here that so far have unlocked and what I think will unlock. So right here we have our project being funded, $50,000. Usually Kickstarters set the goal amount low just to show that they like hit it. Like they'll say, oh yeah, our funding goal hit in 1 minute, and it'll have like $5,000 goal, right? So $50,000, that's actually not relatively hard to reach, especially with all the advertising they did, good or bad. So after that, we have the prize pack. Common cards upgraded from foils to variant art foils. Very cool, but that's probably something they were already going to do. Like having variant art foils, kind of like showcase foils in Magic the Gathering. That's kind of like the carrot on the end of the stick to buy boxes, right? So they probably were already going to do that. All right, so here's an actual Kickstarter card. All backers, Scrapper tier and above, receive 1 See Ya Later Gator Blood and Steel variant art foil promo card. So this is in my eyes, this is an actual Kickstarter stretch goal. That's cool. You get an actual promo card. Right, so next up, prize pack uncommon cards upgraded from foils to variant art foils. Again, something they probably were gonna do. So that's kind of a carrot on the end of the stick trick. They make it look like you're unlocking stuff, but they were gonna put it in the box anyway. Let's be real. All right, 500k. Replace 1 common with rare plus in 1 out of 8 Founder Edition packs. So yeah, that's a little stretch goal. That's pretty cool. One downside though is you could possibly flood the market with too many rares. So obviously, in boxes that have double rare slots, obviously more supply, if there's not enough demand, will decrease the price of cards. So, but that is an actual stretch goal. And then 650k. Contender tier and above get 1 Blood and Steel playmat. That's a stretch goal. Playmat, a free playmat, always nice. So that's a nice stretch goal in my opinion. And then prize pack rare and mythic cards upgrade from foils variant art foils. Again, that was something they could have already been doing. So that's a bleh. That's a blurg to me. 900k contender tier and above get 1 Trapper Blood and Steel playmat. Very nice. I like that. So yeah, that's an actual stretch goal, which is nice. And then this 1 mil. All backers, you receive 1 Blades Blood and Steel variant art foil promo card. So that is an actual stretch goal, and one that I like. Look at that art. That is an actual badass art. And yeah, that's a pretty sick 1 mil stretch goal. So props to Mothership Games for I don't know, making a good stretch goal. We got 1.15 mil. All backers receive 1 blurg variant art. That's a nice stretch goal as well. I like that. This again, bleh. That's something they could already be doing. And then at 1.35 mil, contender tier and above get both Sky and Blood Steel and Trapper Blood and Steel playmats. So that is nice. You get both of them. So bonus tier, Rising Star tier can choose these as game head playmat options. Okay, cool. So yeah, I like the. So I guess you get both of them for sure now. So that's cool. Free playmats. That's a nice $20 to $30 value. So depending on how you look at it, that's $40 to $60 of extra freebies right there. That's a stretch goal. That's nice. I like it. And then we got more promo cards here. Rising Star tier and above receive 3 Gizzard Triptych variant art foils. Very nice. And then where are we at right now? 7,000 backers. Oh, this isn't a money one. This is just a backer one. So all backers receive 1 Tantrum Blood and Steel variant art foil. I like it. So these are stretch goals, free stuff. At 1.5 mil, challenger tier and above get a metal card added from a pool of 4. So challenger tier, you choose 1, contender choose 2, haymaker and end boss tiers get all 4. I feel like the challenger tier should have just given all 4 at challenger tier, because let's be real, these metal cards, I kind of touched on this in my what was that called? Forged in Fire TCG review. The metal cards actually don't cost a lot. So I had a guy send me to review, which I ended up not making a video about because that's copyright infringement, and I don't want to piss off Wizards of the Coast. But he made personalized metal Magic the Gathering cards, and they're 1-to-1 copies, but metal, the front and back, all color, crystal clear, and he only charged $5 to $10 on those cards. So if he's charging $5 to $10, they probably cost about $2 to $5. That's like the maximum of what I think it would have cost. Probably cheaper if you're making them in bulk, which he wasn't. So I think when you make them in bulk, they're probably $1 to $2 to make. So if someone's spending like $1,000, I think you should just give them all 4. But I don't know. That's just me. And that's a nice like thank you for supporting the game and spending at least $1,000, you know. And that's where we're at. The next goal realistically they'll hit is 2 mil. And look at that goal: replace a common with a rare plus and 1 out of 2 Founder Edition packs. So that's cool. But they may not hit that. So I think it's like a 50% chance they'll hit 2 mil in funding, and it depends on how their advertising is. I think it's like too late now, because if they did a strong push, they really had to research social media content creators, like the ones that will actually make a difference to advertise and push the game. But now it's too late, because if they pay, there's 8 days left. If they fund someone to do that, it takes them a bit, right? So like, I'm not even a big content creator, but if they paid me, it would still take 2 to 3 days, because I also have a day job, right? I work in surgery. I work 12 hours a day. I get home, shower, eat dinner, you know, and by the time, like, I'll have 2 to 3 hours free to make a video. So, yeah, I don't think there's enough time to make that push that they needed. They had to have planned this like a week ago, and the videos would be coming out now, right? So, yeah, in my opinion, 50% chance they'll hit 2 mil funding. I don't think they'll hit that. All right, so let's go over what I think. Now, what I will be buying. So for me personally, I'm actually going to be getting the Challenger tier. So before I tell you why, let's go over the price of booster packs. Okay, so let's go over the price of their booster packs, booster boxes. So booster display. So the cost of a booster display is $140. They're saying that MSRP is $167. So booster display $140 or $167 at retail. This will get you 24 Founder Edition packs and 1 prize pack, right? Prize packs have 4 foil cards that are only from this Founders Edition, with some unique arts and possibly that 1-of-1 Klug art, which you probably are not going to get, right? There's like 2. I think there's 2, right? 2 different arts, and they're a 1-of-1, and it's a redemption card which you send in, and they send you the 1-of-1 card. So yeah, I don't think you will pull that. It's very low chance. I mean, you could play the lottery, but you have to be realistic. You're most likely not going to hit that. So, what am I going to get? I'm going to get the Challenger tier. So this is a half case bundle. So this is going to be 3 booster boxes. We're going to get 3 of those Founder Edition packs. And then here's something. This is a hot take. I really do not like heavy playmats. Nothing about this interests me. I think they're playmats. The whole point of a playmat is like you want to like roll it up and toss it in your bag, your backpack or your messenger bag, whatever, what have you, and just have your hands free. Personally, for me, and actually not most, all people I've talked to, all people I know, like their playmats rolled up and tossed in their bag. This thing is like a portfolio. You fold it, and it's a hard top, so you have to carry it like a folder. It's just bulky. It's like I want my hands free. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know about you guys, but the art isn't worth it to me to have that not free up a hand. I don't know how to explain it. I just don't like it. You know what I mean? And the art's okay. The what do you call these play boxes? These heavy play deck boxes. I literally just had a brain fart. So the heavy play deck boxes, so they're magnetized. There's magnets in them that magnetize to the heavy play playmat. But from what people have shown me, is that the magnets aren't that strong to where, like, if you shake the heavy play playmat, the deck box will disengage, right? So then your deck box will fall on the ground. So if the whole point is that you attach the deck box to your playmat so you can grab and go, but it's not really strong, like if you like whip your heavy play playmat, it'll disengage and your deck box will go flying. Yeah. So again, like a deck box, I want to throw in my bag, my backpack, messenger bag, whatever have you. They just don't do it for me. And also the deck boxes look really just like plain, like whatever. Like I literally can just buy a $10 Ultra Pro deck box, the worst of the deck boxes. But in my opinion, Ultra Pro deck boxes are the most basic of deck boxes. They're a clasp closure with magnets, right? And they're usually just like a plain color, like these are plain black with some outline color and branding, right? And that's it. So, and they're expensive. They are $85, $60 or $85, I forgot. But yeah, it's expensive. Like I don't know, that's just my opinion. I think they're expensive and they're not attractive. So, but what I would do is this Challenger tier, I was going to sell this for like $150 for my, pulled up my calculator there. I would sell my playmat and deck box for $150. So let's see, we're $550, right? $550 minus $150. Some easy math there, $400. And then we could sell our Founders Edition packs, which if we're going by eBay, let's just say best case scenario. So on eBay right now, just the early bird Kickstarter packs are selling for $100. So let's say these are going to sell for $60, right? Because I don't really care about this stuff. So I'll sell my Founders Edition packs for, let's say, $60. So minus $180, right? So 400 minus 180, we're at $220. So all I really wanted were these booster boxes at an agreeable price. And honestly, the only reason I want these is because I like having sealed in my collection. And this is kind of cool. I would just like to have it on my shelf. I have a bunch of games like Middle Earth, trading card game, or collectible card game. We have Neuroscape TCG. Eventually, we're going to have Cyberpunk TCG. We have a collection of Magic the Gathering booster boxes. So yeah, I just like to have these on the shelf. So yeah, so we're at 220 divided by 3. That's $73 a booster box. That's pretty badass. I like that. All this other stuff I don't care for, so I would be fine selling that. Yeah, so that is where I'm at. In my opinion, that is a good purchase. But let's say you don't have $550. I think if you just buy the Rising Star bundle, if you just want a box, and let's say you do want that prize pack, this one actually comes with the good playmats. It has 2 Gamehead playmats of your choice. So you choose 2. Maybe you could keep one and sell one. So you would sell it for, I don't know, you could probably sell it locally for $20. So 165. 165 is not bad, I guess, for a booster box and a playmat. If you really wanted that, but that's still actually that's kind of still a lot in my opinion. So if you didn't want to spend $550 and go through all that work to reduce your buy-in cost, then if you have to buy something, Rising Star, because I'm not into any of this stuff. These pack master bundles or whatever. So if you have to buy something but you don't have the money for Challenger, Rising Star is a way to go at 185. But I still think 550 for the Challenger is a good buy-in if you put the work in to get rid of all this stuff, and if you don't care about it, right? Even if you want the Founder Edition packs, if you sell all this stuff, I believe I calculated the buy-in box at 133 a box, which is okay if you want these Founder Edition packs, right? So for me though, I don't care, and my buy-in at $73 a booster box is pretty damn good. So yeah. And then of course we have our stretch goals, right? So Challenger tier, you do still get the metal. So the pricing cost is just the stuff that you're buying, right? I don't count stretch goal stuff because that stretch goal stuff is technically free. The history of Kickstarter is stretch goals were freebies, promos to like reward you for kickstarting and supporting them early. So those were always meant to be free. So you should look at these things as free. They're your prizes for, not prizes, but rewards for supporting the company, right? So in addition to all this, you also get a metal boss card, a blood and steel stitch playmat, that just means cloth playmat. The prize pack, this is kind of tricking you. Prize pack has tons more alt art cards. Those prize packs are just these, right? They're trying to fluff up what you unlocked, but that's already there. That's like I don't know what the word is, just like repeating yourself. Like, you get 3 prize packs. Oh, don't forget, you got a prize pack. You know what I mean? And then rares and mythics show up more often in booster packs. Why are they talking about this? These were it's just annoying. Anyway, pretty much all you get extra is this metal boss card and blood and steel stitch playmat. So if you wanted to reduce your buy-in cost even more, you could sell the metal boss card and the stitch playmat. So yeah, reduce it even more. So that is what I am going to do. And what changed my mind about actually buying in? So if you guys watch the channel, I actually did some games. I demoed the game. I did learn to plays, and surprisingly, the game is actually fun. And that all I tested though was pack on pack action. So the pack on pack gameplay is actually pretty fun, and they're kind of long games. So yeah, if you guys print out the print and play at home, or if you got those early bird Kickstarter games and haven't got a game in yet, I would get a game in and test it out before the Kickstarter is over, because in my opinion, I actually think the game plays well. The rules are pretty tight. There's some opinions on resources to play cards. So the resource system's kind of like Hearthstone, in where you gain a resource every turn, but the way you play cards, like units, is free. So they come in for free, equal to the like level you're on. So level 1 is turn 1, level 2 is turn 2. So like a 4 cost unit will come out on turn 4, right? So there are some opinions on that. To me, it's okay, but there was a lot of opinions that people did not like that locally. For me, it's okay, but that was pack on pack gameplay. I'm not sure how it would feel in constructed play. So I did not do any constructed theory crafting or gameplay. Just didn't have interest in it, and I was just focusing on the pack on pack gameplay. So yeah, the pack on pack gameplay is pretty fun, and I could see players going into an LGS like on a Friday night, or you have people come over with some beers and you guys each buy a pack and just get a nice game night out of it. So in my opinion, I think this plays well as a casual, fun, like, let's drink some beers, smoke some cigars, roll some doogies, and we each get a pack. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun, pretty simple to pick up if you are familiar with card games. So I mean, there are some niche rules, and in my own videos, I got some rules wrong, but yeah. But it's still pretty fun. I think you can pick up most of the rules by yourself. And any questions you can just ask in the Discord. So, yeah. Yeah, that is what I'll be picking up is the Challenger level 4 tier pledge. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. What did you guys pick up? What do you think about my choice and my rationale for picking this? And what do you think about the actual rules of the game? Do you think they're blah blah blah? Do you think they're a blarg? Or do you think they're pretty tight and you're surprised like I was with how the gameplay actually played out? So yeah, this is Surgical Ninja. We cover a whole bunch of TCG games. I love covering up and coming Kickstarter TCGs because I really want to see what's new and unique out there. And this surprised me. So I'm excited for their Kickstarter and congratulations on having a successful one already. And hopefully they can hit 2 million before the Kickstarter ends in 8 days. If they have, they could possibly extend this with a late pledge to another 30 days and really hopefully hit that 2 mil mark. So anyway, this is Surgical Ninja and I will see you guys later.